So, let's talk about what it really means to be healthy. We're going to uncover some simple, powerful principles for a healthy life. And our guide for all this? Well, it's a journey through a vibrant food festival that, believe it or not, reveals a whole lot more than just delicious food.
Before we even get into diet or exercise, we have to start with the real foundation of our well-being. It's something we don't always think about, but it's so important. The power of connection, of community, and just sharing a moment of joy together.
And really, what better place to see that joy in action than at a school food festival? So think of this as our classroom for today, as we explore all the diversity and pure delight of eating well.
I mean, just picture the scene, right? The air is just filled with these incredible smells. You've got stalls brimming with all kinds of traditional home-cooked dishes from all over. We're talking litti chaka, dal bati churma, even bajri ki khichdi and ragi laddu. It's a true celebration of food. Okay, so our first stop is this stall called Mystery Masala. And it's right here that a group of students basically stumbled upon this ancient secret to balanced eating. And it was all hidden inside one really unique dish.
So the dish they found? It's called ugadi pachadi. And as they tasted it, they were kind of baffled. It was sweet, but also salty and sour and even a little bitter all at the same time. And this complex mix of flavors, turns out, it's completely on purpose. And that brings us to this amazing concept from Ayurveda called shad rasa. It's this brilliant idea that a truly balanced, healthy meal should actually hit 6 different tastes. So what are these 6 essential tastes? Well, you've got sweet, sour, salty, pungent, that's what gives you that spicy kick, bitter, and finally, astringent. Now that astringent taste, that's that kind of dry, mouth-puckering feeling you get from things like an unripe banana or really strong tea. The idea in Ayurveda is that getting all 6 of these is key for good digestion and helps you feel satisfied so you don't get cravings later. Pretty cool, huh?
Okay, so with all this amazing variety, how do you even begin to make sense of it all? Well, it's actually way simpler than you might think. Every single dish at this festival, and really in our lives, can be sorted into 3 essential food groups our bodies need to thrive.
So first up, we've got our bodybuilding foods. And yeah, the name pretty much says it all. These are the foods that help us grow and repair our bodies.
And just look at the variety here. We're talking about everything from pulses and soybeans to milk, nuts, eggs, and fish. These are the protein-rich foods that are absolutely crucial for building muscle and just keeping us strong. All right, next up, we need fuel. This is where our energy-providing foods come into play. These are what give us the power to get through our day, to work, to play, to do everything we love. These are usually the staples of our meals, things like rice, roti, and khichdi. They provide the essential carbohydrates that our bodies turn into pure energy to keep us going. And last but definitely not least, we have our body's own personal defense squad, the protective foods. You can think of these as the shield that keeps us healthy and helps fight off illness. Yep, this is the really colorful part of our diet. All our fruits and vegetables, like carrots, spinach, oranges, and tomatoes. They're just packed with the vitamins and minerals our bodies need to stay in fighting shape.
Okay, so now we know the 3 food groups. That's awesome. But the big question is, how do we actually use that knowledge? How do we put it on our plate every single day? Well, the goal is super simple. Create a balanced plate. This isn't about some restrictive diet. It's just about inclusion. Making sure you get the right amounts from all 3 food groups is what keeps us healthy, active, and feeling good. And here's a really easy way to think about it. Fill half your plate, that's 50%, with all those colorful, protective fruits and veggies. Then just split the other half between your bodybuilding proteins and your energy-providing grains. It's really that simple. And of course, being balanced also means knowing what maybe we shouldn't have all the time. Fresh home-cooked food gives you those balanced nutrients. Junk food, on the other hand, is often loaded with extra oil, salt, and sugar, which, well, it can be unhealthy if it becomes a regular thing.
But as we start to wrap this up, it's so important to remember that true health isn't just about what's on our plate. It's the whole picture. And we have got to talk about water. Seriously, it's like the engine oil for our body. Water helps us digest our food, absorb nutrients, and flush out all the stuff we don't need, keeping us healthy from the inside out. And our bodies? They were made to move. It doesn't matter if it's playing a game, going for a walk, or riding a bike. Getting some daily exercise is just as fundamental to our health as a balanced diet. And, the flip side of all that activity is rest. Sleep isn't just, turning off for a few hours. It's when our body does all its most important repair work. It's an absolutely non-negotiable part of a healthy life.
All right, let's bring it all back to the festival for one last and maybe the most important lesson of the day. And this one goes way beyond just nutrition.
And this right here is the big takeaway: mindful eating. This quote is such a beautiful reminder to just pause and think about the incredible journey our food took to get to us. It's a team effort from nature and so many people. And just practicing a little gratitude for that can totally change our relationship with food.
So I want to leave you with this one question. The next time you sit down to eat, just take a second. Look at your plate. If you really listen, what story is your food telling you?